All right. So, welcome into step four. We're going to be diving into magnetic messaging here. So, this is a really incredibly exciting module and the next step in your journey. And it's really about, you know, kind of putting it all together. So now that you've extracted your expertise, you've created your signature methodology, you've clarified your target market, your niche and your target market, it's time to really focus on crafting and engaging magnetic title for your signature system. So compelling title is crucial because it serves as a first impression of your signature system, whether you're packaging it in an online course or coaching program, mastermind. We'll talk more about that in the next step, as far as number or step five or module five, when we really get into packaging your signature system and getting it ready to sell. We'll talk more about that, but we want to really be consistent when we're talking about the name of your signature system. It needs to be consistent with your existing or new brand, telling people exactly what your system will do for them by emphasizing the benefits of it. So a great title is memorable, it's exciting, it's motivating, it's quick, and it's snappy. So clarity, there's a saying, like, if you confuse, you lose. So if you confuse an audience or it's not real clear, you can't kind of visualize even an image of, what this particular thing is, just even from titling, people can click right off of your ad or your post or your website or, wherever they're seeing those marketing messages. So we want to really make sure that we can communicate the value of what it is of your signature system or what you are offering through magnetic titling and magnetic messaging. Naming your signature system is really a crucial step in your course creation journey. The right name can make all of the difference in attracting your ideal clients and conveying the value of your offering. But first and foremost, your system's name must align with your existing brand or a new brand. If you're creating a new brand, so you can really, make sure that you are consistent and you're aiming to establish this consistency. And it's this consistency that's going to help you to build recognition and build trust with your audience. The name of your signature system should really clearly communicate the core benefit or transformation that your system offers. It's not just a label, it's a promise to your client, right? That is what your signature system is. That is what your ultimate, your course or your coaching program, whatever you're going to turn it into. It is a promise of a transformation that you are offering to your ideal client. So kind of giving you an example of a couple of names. If you think about like the 4 Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss, instantly, kind of thinking about that, the 4 Hour Work Week, what is that instantly saying to you? And just kind of think about that for a second. Like, what comes through? For me, what comes through is thinking of more time freedom. How does he only have a 4 hour work week? I want to know, right? It's really like opens up that loop of curiosity, and it's compelling, and it promises a promise that many professionals would love to be able to, have a 4 hour work week. Now, if you've ever read Tim Ferriss's book or listening to the audio book, he does, really master outsourcing, so that is how he only works a 4 hour work week, because he outsources everything. So that, that's the ultimate time freedom, right? Is to be able to do that and just, kind of have your pulse check on the people that are doing all of the work for you. But, he really, really leverages that, and that's what he stands for. So, the 4 hour work week, that is a very clear, compelling, 4 hours, meaning that the promise of the time. So kind of like, if you really dissect that and break it down, it's a promise of the time, saying that, by taking my course, AKA by reading my book, depending on the vehicle or the packaging that you went through when you purchased that, then he teaches you that, by the end of this, I'm going to teach you my signature system, my step-by-step methodology to be able to implement this in your particular business. So you are only working a 4 hour work week. So thinking about that, your title needs to be memorable. If you kind of think about the 4-hour work week as well, it's very catchy, it's short, it's memorable. It's also got brand recognition. So, you know, you can think about like, and just tell me, give me a 1 if you've ever heard of the 4-hour work week. Go ahead and drop that in the comments below, or give me a 2 if you've never heard about it. I'm really curious to see how many of you have heard of the 4-hour work week. 4-hour work week. I know personally I've heard about this book for years. Again, I have it like on my Audible, even, that I have listened to it many times over the years. I can't tell you how many years I've had it on there, but I know it's been around for quite a while. So it's memorable, it's exciting, it's motivating. And your title, your magnetic messaging, is often the first thing potential clients will encounter. So it needs to really capture their attention and spark their curiosity to learn more. So another great example is Zero to Launch by Ramit. I can't even say the last name, Sethi, I think it's called, which suggests a transformation from having no business to successfully launching one. So, again, zero to launch, what does that tell you? Kind of thinking about that and picking that apart. Could be you have zero money, and then you're taking it from having, or zero business, all the way to taking it to launch, zero clients to being able to take your business to launch. Kind of, I've not read that particular book, but kind of thinking of that. Another course that I personally went through that I mentioned in yesterday's training was Course from Scratch. So, the promise was from that particular course that you would be able to basically, build a business or build a course from scratch. And that's what you did, all the way from ideation to launch. So, kind of, it's easy to remember, it's memorable, it's clear, it communicates a clear result and clear transformation. So while being descriptive, you want to aim for a title that's quick, it's snappy. In our fast-paced world, a concise and impactful title often performs better than a lengthy one, right? It needs to be like easy to say, easy to roll off the tongue, easy to remember, right? Those are the kinds of things that you want to really go for. Some other examples are like the 7-figure agency roadmap or the 30-day body transformation, kind of, again, 7-figure agency roadmap. So kind of breaking that down, 7-figure agency, that's kind of saying, we're building a 7-figure agency, right? So to me, this represents like looking for, maybe you're a marketing agency and they're teaching you how to build a 7-figure marketing agency. And the roadmap suggests that you're going to have a step-by-step roadmap to be able to learn how to build a 7-figure agency. The 30-day body transformation, basically the promise there, without knowing anything about the program, you guys, this is what's really important. The promise there is to say that, in the next 30 days, we're going to have a transformation. Now, it doesn't say what kind of body transformation, so that kind of still is a little bit vague in regards to, are we talking about transforming our health? Are we talking about, transforming, our weight, our physical, like, we're going to get in shape kind of thing. But, body transformation, it's definitely like not like a mental transformation or mindset transformation. It's more from a physical perspective. But those are great examples. And it also, like in the 30-day, kind of sets that time frame or that expectation. So, for example, even with an online course, you can create and, design, develop, and run an online course in a 30-day period. That I would say, that's even an aggressive goal, like, especially depending on how you're creating it. Like if you're teaching it live, it's certainly going to be an easier process to be able to do that live versus, creating everything from scratch and setting it, an online portal up and all of that kind of stuff does take a lot longer. But, in my book, it's really a great way to go, because once you've done it, then you can market it in different ways and it's already there. So you don't have to like reinvent the wheel each time you want to teach it. But then you can, go through your online course and, do annual updates and so forth to it to continue to perfect and the content, as well as keep it time relevant and so forth. So you want to consider power words or numbers in your title to be able to increase its impact. So thinking about words like the ultimate or master or breakthrough, these can really add excitement, while numbers can also provide a concrete time frame or a result. So you want to remember here that your title is not just a name, it's a key marketing tool, and it should resonate with your target audience's desires and pain points that is really going to compel them to be able to explore your offer further. So also I want to say too, the way I teach it as well in the signature course launch system and also in Course Creators Academy is to think about that titling structure as well, even for your modules. And you could even go further to even do it as your lessons, because as you really start breaking down your signature methodology and you start packaging it up to different products and services, whether it's, free lead magnets, low ticket products, mid-ticket products, your higher tier products, masterminds, one-on-ones, all of those things, we'll talk about this tomorrow, but you will be able to extract pieces of each of those things and then package it up as a particular product. So you could have, just even if you think about the market mastery, I could do a whole module, I could do a whole course on market mastery. So it's already kind of market and mastery. The promise basically is that you're going to learn how to master your market. We could get even more clear on that and adding, a number to it, like master your market in 30 days, or master, 3 days or whatever. You see what I'm saying here, but you just want to kind of think about that and think about, you can start with your signature system, obviously, but as we're really refining this, and I'd love to workshop with you guys on this too. And ChatGPT can also help with this and really getting these magnetic messages and titling for not only your signature system, but for each of your modules and then each of your lessons, because again, you'll be able to repurpose those into other products and services. So you want to, again, craft a title that not only represents your unique methodology, but it also speaks directly to the hearts of your ideal client and the ultimate transformations that they want to make. So when it comes to creating a signature system, every detail counts. And this includes, again, the titles within each step of your program. So these titles aren't just, placeholders, as what I was just talking about. They are really powerful tools that can help motivate and engage your audience by clearly communicating the benefits of each stage. And again, not only is it benefiting or communicating the value of each stage, because you're constantly selling, right? You're constantly selling, not only selling your signature system and enrolling students in your signature system, but you're constantly selling why they should take the next step, right? Because they can, we're all busy. We all have a lot of things going on in life. And, we all have to be reminded, why am I doing the work? It's kind of even like working out. And, if you've ever done bodybuilding, or, have to get out there and, walk the treadmill or ride the, bicycle or whatever. It's why am I doing this again? Oh yeah, I'm doing this because I like the way I feel after. I like that I'm losing weight. I like that I'm getting in better health and better shape. I like that, I just feel better overall and, look better in my skinny jeans or whatever it is. We constantly need that reinforcement. We need that reminder of why it's important. And also, by doing this and, having these, powerful names in there, it's going to be able to help motivate people and tell them the benefits, what are the benefits, what's in it for them, and why should they take that next step. So we really want to brainstorm several different titles for your signature system and the step. So you want to think of each step as those mini promises, and kind of, like what I've been talking about is every, your ultimate overall signature system has its own transformation. It has its own promise of, by the time you are done working with me, you will have achieved X, right? So you're starting here at point A and you're going to point B, and at point B, the promise of my signature system is that you will have this result, and all of the steps in between are the steps that you need to take that are going to lead you towards that ultimate outcome, right? So that is your main A to B transformation. And then breaking it down into each of the modules, then those modules have their own transformation and learning objectives, of what the learner is going to learn in each particular module, as well as the lesson. They all have many transformations. So think of those, of those modules and of those lessons as many promises to your learners. So they should really encapsulate the transformation or the benefit that each step provides. And this is going to make it clear to them why it's worth their time and effort and energy to be able to go through this, right? Because you want to keep selling it. You want to keep selling the vision to them and reminding them why they're doing this, and reminding them that each step builds upon the next. It's kind of like creating a recipe, right? You have all the ingredients and you need to, put in the flour first and then maybe add the sugar. And you know what I mean? You have to go and follow the steps in order to be able to get the outcome of a delicious cake, at the end of it. So it's the same thing with your online course. So another example is our course in productivity. So titles like Master Your Morning, and that's what I was even referring to earlier as well, is with like Hal Elrod and the Miracle Morning, is Master Your Day by 5 a.m., right? Or Win Your Day by 5 a.m. So that and even for me, the Miracle Morning is what stands out. I have to kind of think about master. Is it master your day? I'm like, I kind of forget. I just know that it was like, if you can win the first hour of your day, you win the whole day. That's the message that, I really took away with that I implemented in my own life. So another example would be conquer your calendar. That's memorable. That's a bold promise, and that's, something people are like, yeah, heck yeah. And it immediately conveys the skills or the outcomes that the participants are going to be able to gain. So I want you to brainstorm some effective titles and, kind of looking at different titling options and different, for your signature system as a whole and each of its steps. So kind of thinking about some ideas here. You could have a benefit-oriented title. So in a benefit-oriented title, it focuses on the specific outcomes or achievements that your learners are going to be able to gain. So what's the benefit of that? And an example of that would be like stress-free living, mastering mindfulness tells your participants exactly what they're going to be able to achieve. By mastering your mindset, basically, you're going to be able to have stress-free living. A transformation title highlights the change or the transformation that will occur. So, for example, would be from novice to expert, mastering digital marketing. So that creates clearly indicates the journey from beginner to advanced. So kind of thinking about, that, or even thinking about signature system blueprint. Signature system blueprint is that I'm giving you the exact blueprint to be able to create a signature system. And in my tagline with that is by, transform your expertise into a profitable business by creating a signature system. So it's very clear that we are transforming that expertise into creating a signature system, that by having a signature system, you'll be able to create a profitable business. Action-based titles encourage immediate action to participation. So jumpstart your fitness journey. That suggests active and engaging process. So you also think about like boot camps. Boot camps are another one that suggest activity for a particular time frame to take action on a particular task or whatnot. Time-based titles create urgency by adding time frames like 30 days to financial freedom, which promises significant result in a set time frame. So that can be really important to people because they're like, they know there's an end point, there's an end in mind. This isn't going to take 10 years to do it. I can do it in 30 days. creating your list. So you want to go ahead and start creating your list, brainstorm a range of potential titles for each step. I will go ahead and add, resource in the online portal for you as well that will give you a bunch of different naming conventions and things like that you can think of, like Blueprint. Some of my other programs, I had the 5-Figure Genius Academy. So the example there, or the idea there, is to teach you how to build a 5-figure, like 10K in 30 days. So 5-figure, the result is being able to create a business that generates you 10K in 30 days or each month, right? So the 5-Figure Genius Academy. And then I also had the Called to Serve was it was a 90-day mastermind for people that are called to serve. So that one is a little bit, less clear. And I'm not saying that, programs that are more fluffy in title, like, I was in one that was called the Abundant Queen Academy, so abundant how, that is a little bit vague. Abundant mindset wise, abundant financially, abundant, abundance in everything, abundance in life, so that's a little bit vague. But the clearer you are, the better you are, because then your audience is going to know exactly who it's for. Obviously, that's just the first step of it. The rest of it comes through all of your magnetic messaging and through your content. But definitely, having a catchy title, having something that, is easily, memorable. It's easy to understand what the transformation is, or what the ultimate promise of the transformation is through your title, is definitely key to having effective and magnetic marketing. So remember, post any ideas that you have in the group. Getting feedback from others is really valuable. So, you want to post it in the group, get feedback from me, get feedback from your peers inside the group. You can also get feedback from other, like, colleagues or friends or family members, or even like potential clients, like, especially, somebody that isn't that close to you. Like, could they tell based on your title what your particular signature system is, or what the result is, or what the promise is? That's a really good, clear indicator, because, especially, when you are marketing and you are marketing to cold traffic, it does take a little bit of time for, people to become aware of you and then to become interested in you and so forth. So having that perspective from someone, outside of you, will be able to help you get an idea whether or not you're getting close to having something that is understandable to other people. Often it's really the outsider's perspective that can highlight the strengths or weaknesses that you might not have noticed. So once you've refined your list based on feedback and further consideration, select titles that best capture the essence of each step. And again, ChatGPT can really help with this. Once you get clear, if you want to use AI, once you get clear on what the learning outcome is for each of your modules, you can go into ChatGPT and ask it to give you, list of 10 ideas for each of the modules to really help you to get clear on this. Again, they should not only be descriptive, but exciting and motivating, which is going to encourage learners to be able to fully engage with your content. So in summary here, crafting a compelling step titles is integral. I said that wrong. It's a really compelling step. It's a really integral step. It's part of your building a successful signature system. These titles really help to set the expectations. It helps to motivate your learners to be able to enhance their overall appeal of your program, of, again, continuing to sell them on why they should do this, what's in it for them, always keeping the client top of mind, and everything that we do is for our client. So we always want to keep them, excited and motivated to keep working, and know, clearly, even by looking at the title, of kind of having an idea of not only the signature system, but of the modules and of the lessons, what it is that they can expect, what that transformation is of the overall course, of the overall module, and of the overall lessons and so forth. And the bonus is that by really doing this and doing this right to begin with, then each of these things, every little piece of it, you can extract and repurpose into other products and services that you can add to your product suite to really help scale your income. So it's just it's a beautiful thing when you really think about it that way, and packaging it as if each individual thing was its own product.